Thank you for staying with us. Before we went on the break, we were speaking with our guest, a security expert from the UK, Femi Aratokunle, on the security basically during this Yuletide season. Femi, if you can hear me, the police also spoke about the matter of Nigerians being vigilant and suspicious of their environment. So this time around, I want you to help us with ways that persons can ensure their personal safety in this period.
Thank you so much, Veronica. That's another aspect that everybody has been talking about, and we've been talking about it as in intelligence gathering and, being vigilant around our community as well in Nigeria today. Yes, a lot of people are more conscious right now about the security architecture, the security environment, and the insecurity in Nigeria, especially within our neighborhoods. Not only our neighborhoods only right now, even on the road, in our workplaces, worship places, and all other places as well. But there are still some key places that needs more focused attention that we might probably not be putting attention to. Number one place right now is during this period, students will be closing from schools and campuses. How do we ensure that the vehicles they're going to be commuting with back home are safe for them? How do we ensure that the police officers or the road safety officers within our expressways are actually asking the right questions, or equally being vigilant of who is driving? Is the person not drunk, and certain things like that? Or what are the measures they have to put in place? And how do we enlighten the members of the public to be more vigilant as well, in case certain things they really don't know, that we know, and we know how to communicate it with them? So these are key things they need to understand, and these are key things that the members of the public should be aware of as well. Having said all this, the police are trying, but please, I keep saying it, please, let us get involved, the private security officers, the private security personnel, to work as well with the police. Not only that, let us look for a way whereby we give internship to criminology students in schools, in campuses, so that they start understanding what security is like when it comes to policing and securing lives and property. We still don't get that drift very well. And these are key things I believe the Nigerian police force, the NSA, and the Interior Minister can bring on board and see how they can synergize and work things out very well. The manual are still not exceptional people. They are still key parts of the people that can be part of the building blocks into what we are having today in terms of re-strategizing and rebuilding the security architecture in Nigeria today. Yes, we have the civil defense. They are doing fantastic. What about the Peace Corps? So we have a lot of people out there that can actually work alongside and bring about this insecurity we have in Nigeria today, if we truly want insecurity to be a thing of the past. But sadly, we have some people that they are benefiting from it, and they are making life more terrible for others in the space of we want to just be the cash cow and, cash in, all in the name of security in Nigeria today.
Well, the Nigerian police force, as well as the paramilitary, have been struggling with their battered image, trying to launder their image to ensure that,
Agree. I totally agree with you.
That they have some positive outlook for the people to trust them and all of that. But this is the festive season, Nigerians are givers, and if you don't give, some of these people are takers. They will definitely force to take from you. We saw a video of, we understand that the police personnel along Izzy or Yo or somewhere who were trying to, get some things off the biker from the Netherlands to, just traversing the country.
I tweeted it as well. I saw it and I put it out on social media as well.
That's right.
That's
so
terrible.
How do you think Nigerians should go about this? If you are based in the UK, how do you think Nigerians should relate with the police officer, at least to show some sense of gratitude or appreciate them? Should that be a forceful giver or a forceful taker, or should it just be, well done, you're doing well, even though it's festive season?
You see, this question you just asked me, let me say something happened some years ago in Nigeria. I think that was during the reign of the previous PPRO to Zone 2 Command Lagos State, in person of Officer Dolakbo. She came up with this initiative of, rewarding motorists. Now, when will the member of the public start using this period to visit our police stations? Is the question now. You want a situation whereby there's a very good relationship between them. So I think this time around, let us look at it that the police officers are not going to be with their family members. So how do we visit them in their police station or in their whatever any station they are at that point in time, to show them love, to show them that, yes, we care about the tedious job you two are doing, to show them that, you know what, irrespective of anything, well done, thank you, and all the rest, thumbs up for them. We need to have a positive attitude towards them. Even if we have so much battered images, especially with the Lagos last month, we need to show another turnaround attitude. Let us be positive. Let us change our mindset. So I'm now talking to the member of the public. Because if we do not do this, we might probably not get anywhere. Security is not just a challenge for the security officers and personnel alone. Security is equally a challenge for members of the public, and how we relate together, how we put things together must definitely be seen, not just by showing it out on social media, but behind the scene, a lot has got to happen. Within the scene, a lot has got to happen. Even you guys too, in this TV station, working, giving us all the news, members of public should come to you and, show appreciation and gratitude as well. It goes two ways. It's not just going to go only one way. We don't want to be seen or listening to bad news only. Let us celebrate good news as well. And part of the good news is bringing out all this kind of information you're giving out to the member of the public so that they can stay safe and keep safe and have a very good festive period during this period. So it's a good thing that you're bringing it on board. And I'm saying to Nigerians as well, please, Nigerians, use this period to say thank you to our security officers. Use this period to say thank you to the National Union Road Transport Workers. It is not an easy thing. Use this period to say thank you to our federal road safety officers as well. Use this period to say thank you to everybody, even the vigilantes, that are equally supporting and keeping us safe within our streets, within our community. Right.
Now, I'm taking you back to personal safety and security, now making it a personal responsibility. The matter of information sharing. You know that a lot of persons, with the advent of technology, social media, a lot of persons just want to post on their platforms what's happening, where they are. And we have gotten reports of persons who were abducted as a result of some of these things that they posted. And now is a critical period. What should people do with regards to that?
Thank you, Veronica, for this question again. It's all about, movement monitoring. And again, if you want to go out, no one is stopping anyone from not going out, but please keep safe should be the watchword. And wherever you're going, the first question is this: are you invited to this place? What time is this event? In the advent that you cannot come back home, do you have any safe place that you can actually stay? Are you going to be a lone worker going to where you want to go to? Or why not just have a situation whereby you have someone's number that you can actually call in terms of emergency that can actually respond fast and quick to you? So these are key things I think we need to sanitize people with. Again, the Nigerian police, I know they've been doing this over time, but they need to put more effort in additional numbers, as in emergency or hotlines that people can call in terms of situation like this. It's key, is strategic, and we have to make it work. Even within the nightclubs, our security nightclub owners and personnel should equally look into who are the Uber drivers picking up people from their event places. All these are key things we need to work with. But again, as I've said, some people will want to be dodgy. Some people want to just show off that this is where I am at this particular point in time. Look at your surroundings and make sure you are in a safe place.
That's right. So still talking about the role of the people during the season, being ensured that, to ensure that they're safe. There's some who actually savor the delicacy of night traveling, having night trips from one place to the other. With the attendant security issues, the kidnapping, banditry, etc., do you feel that there is a way that people can travel at night to get to their to the places to get to their destinations Looking at people who move from here to the southeast, for instance, and what has been going on there about the Biafra secessionists, do you feel, what would you say to that, really?
You see, growing up in Nigeria, a lot of us and many of us right now enjoy the idea of, night traveling. But these days, it has called for a lot of caution. It has called for a lot of concerns. So to me, I don't really think I would support the idea of people traveling in the night. However, we cannot, and I will say it, we cannot stop or restrict movements in Nigeria today. But the key question is this: can we put security measures in place? Can we check out the hotspots and, have this contingency meeting, as I've said to you before earlier on, that we need to have a meeting with this National Union of Road Transport Workers, all these people traveling to the east. There should be measures put together that how do we make this night trip work for us? Because certainly sometimes the day trip might not really be the best for certain areas, which I totally understand. But when it comes to this night trip, do we need to have a stop or a hub whereby we all stay together before we start again this journey? It is key, it is critical. Nigeria is big, and we cannot stop people from not traveling wherever they want to travel. But do we have these personnel with adequate materials and instruments and weapons to fight banditry or kidnap or whatsoever we have that would probably want to delay us or make us not to enjoy or have our free movement the way we should have it? That should be the key thing we should be asking. And not forgetting, I will ask one question, and I want everybody to just listen carefully and ask the same question. We have shoppers, we have security helicopters that has been commissioned a long time ago. Where are they? Why can't all these funds equally support the area view of our roads as well to support our security working on the ground? Why can't we have it back?
All right.
Does that simply mean that we just commission it and keep it somewhere? No, it shouldn't be so. This is the best time for us to see them hovering around and shopping around, and at the same time looking around and sanitizing these areas for us. It's key we have it both on the ground and on the air as well.
Okay, one key feature of any Christmas celebration is that parents release their children to move around the neighborhood. I don't know if you did it while growing up, where you go about visiting your neighbors and they give you chicken, chips, and all of those things. Right.
Veronica, I tell you what, that is usually the best part of celebrating Christmas, especially between 7 o'clock and 9 o'clock in the morning.
Now that was then, but you see now a lot of persons are no longer their brother's keeper in terms of neighborhood and all of that. That communal living, people these days are afraid of releasing their children, but there are still those who keep that culture. What would you say to those who want to maintain that culture in a period like this, where we have gotten reports of children being missing because they went around the neighborhood?
Well, this is a very critical question, and what I would say is this: no matter what we say today on air, it's not going to go down well with parents these days because of previous experience. And if you look at the idea of these Chibok girls still coming up and other kidnaps that's happened around within the past 72, 48 hours and stuff. So definitely a lot of parents will still not want their children move around without having somebody or a mature person around with them. These days, parents are very conscious, as in they are very, very, the connection of them going to friends without them being there is just too much. And I'm not going to blame them. It's because when we report situations like this to our police officers or we report to security agencies, have we seen anything fruitful? No. We've heard, so many issues are out there in terms of missing children. How many have we seen being recovered back or being found? Rather, what we see is body parts and missing head and missing legs and series of, ugly scenes that we don't want to talk about on air. So to me, I would rather advise, if you want to go with the culture where what we practiced in the past, I'm not saying don't, but please practice with safety. That is all I can say to you. Practice with safety and let the person or your neighbor that you want to visit, let him or her get the information beforehand that my son, my daughter is coming to you. Please watch out. He's just about to leave the house. So at least there's a bit of communication to put together that, okay, within this timeline, this is exactly what is happening. And during Christmas Day period, you and I both know it's usually a very quiet day in the morning. So let us look at who is scouting around, who is actually not doing anything. Or perhaps let us have a system in place whereby we can check on ourselves or listen or look at whoever is on ground talking and doing certain things. Or walking around without no mission. Let me put it that way.
Interesting stuff. So I'm still keen on those who will be moving from one place to the other. We know during this festive season, I've not really heard anyway, maybe it's there. Some states governors will be providing buses for people who are moving from one location to another. Do you feel there is need to make this a national thing, especially now that transportation is getting more difficult due to the removal of fuel subsidy? That state governments or governments should collaborate with themselves, among themselves, in order to be able to move people nationwide. If you're moving from Lagos to Kano, moving from Kano to making all of these things free for people with proper security.
I don't think it's a bad idea, and to some extent, I think everybody watching, listening, will agree with me that the duty of care and the responsibility of everyone in Nigeria lies with the presidents and the governors and the chairman and all the rest. So it's a good idea. It's a welcome development for me. Let them do it, but do it and practice it with security, safety, and measures to put in place. Don't just say you want to do it because of clout chasing or because of political campaign and stuff. Just do it with the clarity that, what we're doing is in line with what we campaign for, and to make sure that you all are having a good time during this period. It's a key thing. It's a good thing. I welcome that development, and they should please do it and do it very well. Not that they want to do it. Some certain people are doing it and others are not. If they want to do it collaboratively together, that's fine. Let them go ahead and do it. It's a way of relieving us of our financial stress that we have today in Nigeria. And a lot of people will definitely say, well done, thumbs up to our governors and to whoever has brought up this initiative to start with in the first place.
All right, we'll have to leave the conversation there now. Femi Aratokunwale, security expert, thank you for your time on the program.
Thank you so much, and thank you, Nigeria, for having me today.
All right.